You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Dancing with the Stars After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Dancing with the Stars After Show.
All right, you guys, fingers for doing it. We are here doing another episode of Dancing with the Stars here on AFTERBUZZ TV. Yeah. It is week 4 in season 16, and we are so excited to be here. I'm Kristyn Burtt. We've got a great show in store for you tonight. So let me introduce all of my hosts. To my right, Suri Serano.
Hi, everybody.
Right across from me, Trebunskaya.
Very good.
Very good. And Jake Dupree.
Ding dong, hello.
Ding dong. All right.
Ding dong, hello. We are all here.
Starting to write.
However, just one quick note. We've got a really awesome guest in studio. Yes. And he has been rehearsing all day long, and we're going to try and keep him awake for the next hour. So you can do it, man. It is Vicious Victor Ortiz. Welcome to the show. We're so glad to have you here. We will fuel you with caffeine all hour long.
He's going to face plant any minute.
I will try not to.
No worries. One quick note. I know Sean Lowe and Peter Murgatroyd were also scheduled to be here. They are still taping elsewhere and could not make it over to the studio. So we hope to have them back another week.
Yeah.
With that, let's just talk about you.
Yes.
You're in the hot seat tonight.
All right. Sounds good.
You know, and this is what is so great. You know, you get all these amazing stories, and as a boxer, you get to be on a dance show. Yeah. How did that come about where they asked you to be on Dancing with the Stars?
You know, I was approached by I believe it was Dina in Dancing with the Stars. Last year. Almost a year and some ago. I was in training camp for 9 months, back to back. So the first training camp started when I was supposed to fight Andre Berto for the first time, the first rematch. I fought him. I was his first defeat, so of course he wanted revenge. So I went out of my way. You gave me a title shot. I took it, and hey, I think for me, I was like, you know what? He was a champ. I destroyed him, so I'll give him a chance. So then, obviously,
I love the confidence.
Obviously, like, I would be scared of me too. So he made up an excuse that he hurt his arm or whatever, and it just didn't make sense why he'd hurt his bicep to me. That sounded very fishy, especially after the first fight. After me one-sidedly beating him and skipping a weight class to fight him, I was a smaller guy, and I wasn't undefeated. So for him to kind of see that happen and me come in and take his belt, no problem. Right away, he points the finger, and instead of congratulating, he says, "You're on steroids." So if you've heard of that famous phrase, if you've got one finger pointing at you, there's 3 pointing right back at you.
Yeah,
so
true.
Wow.
That's how I saw this guy. And I was like, dude,
usually,
I beat you fair and square, man. Why can't you just, you can't.
You guys are tested, aren't you, too?
We weren't tested at the time because he was champ.
Okay.
So he didn't want any testing. I don't care.
Is the sport clean? Is the sport clean, or is it?
You know what?
Really?
I'll tell you this much. And
Everything's dirty these days.
This may say something, if not more. If ever comes a time where I have kids, ever, I'm not saying I'm planning on it. I'm just saying if ever, just in case, they will never fight. They will never be any part of boxing. They will never be anywhere near boxing.
Wow. Wow.
Will they dance? They're going to go to college. They're going to graduate.
Yep.
They're going to go on with their lives. Get their education.
Will they go on Dancing with the Stars?
Daddy got enough beating for the family.
Right. Will you let them dance?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Even if you have a boy?
Yeah, why not?
Because if you say, like, no, I don't want you to dance, I'll be like, but Daddy, you did Dancing with the Stars, and you danced a contemporary number.
Correctly, they're going, Dad, you sucked. How could be better?
You're doing great. Well, you know, how does this affect your training? Because clearly you're not in the ring every day or in the gym.
No. Actually,
you know?
surprisingly, I'm up at 5 in the morning every day before practices, rehearsals.
You
and all
are.
that. And then I'll go to the gym, boxing gym, with either Freddie Roach or Coach Haas. But I drive to Ventura and back.
Right.
And then you start rehearsal.
I always take my stuff with me, so I'll come back, go straight to the rehearsals.
Wow.
I get home back. Right now, that's why I was pretty beat, but thankfully for this soda.
That's what I was going to say. No wonder you're ready to face plant. If you're doing your regular boxing, some of your regular boxing
And then the other day, I went as far as to do, I put myself into the Hollywood half marathon right before rehearsals.
Such a good idea.
You're an animal. An athlete,
I
for
think
sure.
it's a little
That's
crazy,
amazing.
maybe. A little more accurate.
It's admirable, though.
Are you getting massages and treatments and
That's
PT?
my only mess up lately. No. When I'm in training camp, I have everything lined up, you know, massages, just everything.
Right.
And,
Physical therapy.
Yeah.
Right.
Lately, I've just kind of been on the go. I'm so tight sometimes. Like, oh, Lindsay, I'm hurting. Stand on my back. She's like, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm like, your little frame hurt me. Okay.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When Dancing with the Stars is all said and done, what will you take from your dancing training to that may or may not transfer into how you train as a boxer?
Can you take anything from your dancing training?
There's absolute things that you can take. I mean, obviously, there's muscles I have never used that I've been tapping into, and I go home and I hurt. I'm sore.
That's good.
So there's muscles in my calves that I didn't even know I had. I mean, I'm just like, oh, goodness. And I'm always on my toes when I fight, too.
Yeah.
So it's very weird.
Right.
But at the same time, I just think, in the end, just in general, what I've taken from this show, even if for some reason I don't go as far as I plan to, I've met a lot of great people. I've met a lot of great people.
That's what
I've had a
people say.
blast. I'm the kid that when somebody's in rehearsals, I'll jump into the rehearsals. I'll stop them completely. Like, what's up, guys? Oh, wait, this isn't my room. Like, come in. So I'm like, what's up?
Good jokester.
Yeah.
Now, we have a fan question that came in for you, and it's from Stacy. And I love this question because, you know, for women, we dance and we walk and we're in heels all of the time. But you've got those, you know, the Cuban heels. How does that feel dancing in those?
I don't like them.
I do want to know if you're ready to throw them in the trash, are you?
I do not like. Actually, the other day for Paso, I was supposed to wear those. I was wearing them in rehearsals and whatnot, and I was just like, I can't deal with these things. They hurt my legs. They hurt my feet. And then Lindsay's like, we need you comfortable. I said, this is really uncomfortable. This is like uncomfortable, and this is uncomfortable. So I was like, can we do something about this? Can I just wear my Chucks or something? She's like, no, this is Paso. You're going to have to wear the Latin shoes or whatever. And I was like, okay. So then her mom told her something, and next thing you know, she's like, okay, so you're wearing these, Victor. And I go, yes, thank you. So it was the smaller, the Cuban.
Smaller.
Right?
Cuban heel is that's the tall. and
Okay, the smaller one.
The smaller, more like the dress shoe.
Yeah.
More like a
So
dress
I was
shoe
like,
size.
thank goodness. And even those are not that comfortable, but they're definitely more comfortable than.
Do you have a new appreciation for all of the ladies
You know what?
dancing?
I always had appreciation. I'm not the person that sits there sometimes. You know, like for the most part, let's be honest. A lot of the fighters sometimes, no matter who it is, whether if you're big or you're up and coming, for some reason you wear this head above the clouds. You know, I've never been one of those. I mean, even in press conferences, Berto, for example, I'm gonna knock you the F out. Da, da, da. I just looked at him and I said, I'm really scared of you, bro. I'll see you Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I think that to me, it's like, I think I scared him more just by saying that. Floyd Mayweather, same thing. Tried to choke me out, grab my throat. I looked at him and I was like, I'm not going to lie, but I was like, do it harder, mother. But that was
I know exactly.
Yeah, that was the only thing that I said to him. But after that, it just, I was just like, dude, do whatever you need to do, man. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. It is what it is. Boxing's a brutal sport. And, you know, at the end of the night, we can go get some burgers, you know.
Do you hang out with any of the guys after?
I don't hang out with boxers, really.
Yeah.
I don't.
Who do you hang out with?
Well, there are
That's kind of a
two
personal
boxers
question.
that I do hang out with, and that's Diego Magdaleno, who he just fought for the World Championship in China, in, Macau, China. And, you know, it could have gone either way, but the guy that he fought against was the world champ. So he didn't pull it off this fight, but I'm pretty sure he'll get him on the rematch. And then his younger brother, Jesse also Magdaleno, and he's North America champion right now. So the two they're very similar to me. in the sense of the way they carry themselves. They're open, they're fun. They don't wear like, oh, you don't know me, I'm undefeated, I'm awesome, I'll beat you up. Like, people try to come up to me all the time and try to start fights, and I'm like, dude, relax, man, trust me. You turn me on, you're not gonna know how to turn me off, bro.
Real quick, who do you think is gonna win in May?
Who's fighting in May?
Mayweather, right?
Oh, that's a
And
no-brainer. Mayweather picks his fights. He picks his fights, so I don't know. I mean, every boxer has a chance. But at this point in time, I think Mayweather tried to get an easier route and chose Guerrero because I offered the rematch for free. So,
wow.
I mean, I'm obviously one that I hit pretty hard. I'm a good fighter. I'm young, so I'd be scared of me too.
Do you have a match scheduled yet?
I don't have any scheduled, not just yet, but
You're going to win Dancing with the Stars first, right?
you know, that's actually very that's a harder fight than a boxing match.
Tough, isn't it? It's tough.
There's no joke there. That's tough.
Well, let's talk about working with the new pro. And Caitlin posed this question. What's it like working with Lindsay? Because she came off of So You Think You Can Dance, and this is her first year on the show as well.
She's amazing. She's a great dancer. Obviously, way more experienced than me, but it gets a little overwhelming sometimes because I don't think she knows how to teach a person who knows nothing about dancing. So I overwhelm her sometimes. And then if I don't get it 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times later, she's like, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm trying.
We've seen some of those moments in the rehearsal footage, but I think for someone that's 19, she's handling it very well.
No, she definitely does.
At 19, I would have been like flying off the handle, so I'm impressed with her maturity.
No, I'm telling you, she's amazing. Sometimes whenever she does like want to get to that next level, she's like, take 5.
I love it.
Like, okay, can I have 10? Maybe 15? Don't push it.
And we've been saying this all season long, though. This is great because you guys are a really good couple, very well matched and very striking, charismatic looking.
It might
out there on
not
the dance
feel that
floor.
way, but it's fun to look at it.
It is.
Yeah. No. I feel like we're awesome.
Yeah.
Tonight we were just playing around the whole time. Like.
Well, it's always fun in the beginning of the week. I feel like Wednesdays when you.
I think right now we've actually started meshing better in the last like couple weeks now.
You
like,
came
at
to
first it
know
was
each
like,
other a bit.
Yeah, at first it was like we knew each other, but it was like really work, and it was like, all right, see you tomorrow. All right, what time tomorrow? Cool. All right, bye. And then I don't know, within like the 3rd week, it's been like, hey, what's up, buddy? And like, I'll, like hug her, and she'll hug me, and like chemistry's definitely there now.
Yep.
But not like in a sense of like, oh, I'm gonna go date her or anything like that. It's not like that. There's no dating.
Don't start any rumors, anyone.
Just throw it out there, because you know there's a lot of rumors that are, oh, Vic, oh, you've been seeing her. I'm like, dude, no, man, absolutely not. It's professionally, that's it. She's cool, beautiful.
There's always lots.
And great legs. I love her legs. Long. Well, let's get into some of the dances for this week because it was the best year of your life.
Yeah, but did you see how I battered our dance?
Yeah, let's start with your dance. Let's do it.
Your dance.
You and Lindsay,
goodness.
the Paso Doble.
Sequence.
And we heard about 2011 being your favorite year, but on Tuesday we then saw you forgot about those gloves.
Oh,
'Cause
my
all the celebs had a
goodness.
solo this
I
week.
saw an interview.
No.
She was like, I was screaming, take off the gloves.
But the thing is, she freaked me out because, okay, this is party foul number 1 that you're not supposed to do, and I did. I'm watching. I'm like full on watching the
package.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, this is so cool.
no.
So I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And then they said the new WBC welterweight champion of the world, and I was just like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, dude. I was like, oh, I'm behind already. And then I looked down, and she's like, ah! I just see her eyes turn red, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Ah. I'm trying to keep this straight face, and I'm like, oh, she's so scary. I don't know what to. Oh my goodness. Gloves. I took off everything. I just ran down, and I was like, ah. And then I forgot the steps, and I'm like,
Oh my God.
oh my goodness. And she's like, calm down. Go. And I'm just like, I'm like completely panicked because she's yelling. So I'm like, I don't know.
You
I don't
did
even
a
know.
good job, though.
Finally, like
so
she got me
funny.
to the point to where she snapped me back into the dance, and I started doing well, and I was like,
I could see her yelling.
oh,
Well,
yeah. You should see her eyes; they turn red.
That's how you learn. Next week, you definitely will not do that.
Today I was just like, okay,
Whatever you say.
Anything she says, yeah.
Good. That's happened to other celebrities. They've said like last season where they get, you know, Kelly Monaco last season said, I shouldn't have been watching because then I was distracted.
Yeah, I blanked.
It takes you out of the
lesson.
moment.
I'm not doing that again. It's like that, you know, the bugs and they're like flying around. There's that little beautiful light and they zap themselves. That's what happened to me. I was like, I can't help it. It's too beautiful. So horrible.
Well, it's so interesting because a lot of the notes from the judges, you have this incredible energy. A lot of times they're telling dancers, we need more from you. They're actually telling you to rein it in a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? The funny thing is, all rehearsals, I did every step perfect.
Yeah.
Didn't mess up once. That night comes around, the only thing I lacked in rehearsals was emotion. I delivered some emotion, but it wasn't like what she was asking for. And for some reason, when I hit the dance floor, it's like the same thing as getting in the boxing ring. I deliver in the boxing ring.
The adrenaline.
I don't know what it is, but I can deliver. I can perform. But I cannot deliver that in rehearsal. It's weird.
But that's a good problem, I would think, Anna. Wouldn't you think that it's better to have someone that can at least, on the dance floor they're going to perform?
Everybody always tells me that I should train like I'm going to perform.
You would like to, I mean, in an ideal world, okay, there are two types of people. And athletes, especially if they're successful athletes like yourself, usually they have that, what I call a killer instinct. And when it's the time to perform, when it's the day, something happens in their psyche, on their body, and they become almost like this animal.
Yeah.
Where everything, it's like in the moment, right? And there are a ton of movies about it, about the in the moment. And that's when you perform now for dancing or for your partner. What's freaky, like she probably, or that's how I would feel with my partners. I would never know what will they exactly deliver on the day of. Like, you know, I partnered with a lot of athletes, and they would deliver on the day of, but I'm like, dude, but it's kind of a good thing because you know something is going to happen, but it's just like, for the pro, we just have to go like, something's going to happen and it's going to be okay.
We're not sure what it is, but it's going to be good.
Like, I think Lindsay's gotten to the point where she's noticed that already. Like, she'll be like, Vic, you need to give me more in rehearsals. And I'm like, I'm trying, but I don't know how to turn that on.
Well,
but then the day comes around, I'm just like the other night when it was like coming down, and it was like, you know, I come down and then like this, doing all that. Even though I messed up, I kept like just attacking and just looking at her, and like I was in the zone, you know. But after that, it was like Bruno was like, Victor, today you just killed the dance. I was like, thanks.
Sorry.
When you hear that 18, when you hear 666. How do you feel? Is it one of those things like,
you know what? Actually, no, I wasn't too bad this time. I was kind of more like, I was like, that's cool. Like, I know I could have done way better, but at the same time, I wasn't really like, because I was hoping they didn't give me like 4s and 5s because I battered that.
Well, and we've seen them this season with poor DL, so it's not like they're shy about flashing that
number.
When
they gave me 6s, I was like, I'll take them.
Like, I'll take my 18 for the Paso Doble.
Yeah, sure.
But, you know, you had a really nice breakthrough last week. We talked a lot about it with the contemporary piece. That was incredible.
Yeah, we did all right,
the softer side of Victor.
I think, you know what, I'm not going to lie. I think all this rage and all that, it's not me. Because that's me when I fight. That's like my alter ego. That's me, but not me, really. Like in the ring,
like
that's
with Beyonce
vicious.
and her chick.
It's like, like
Sasha Fierce.
It's like Sasha Fierce, but he has, I don't know what your other personality is. Vicious.
See, so like in the ring, that is my alter ego. That's vicious. Out of the ring, I'm nothing. I'm telling you, people try to fight me all the time. I'm like, dude, just leave me alone. I don't know you. It's cool, you know.
I only fight people that I know.
I'm just like, that's cool, man.
But isn't that interesting? Because it's like,
you feel so tough now, don't you?
It's your job to fight. So it's like, if your job is to sit at the computer the whole day, you're probably not gonna go home and like play computer games. But if you know you're gonna go home and like go play tennis or something. So if your job is to fight and that's your profession, it's almost like, no, I take it way too seriously to now go and do it for fun. Like,
and it's like, sometimes a lot of people, like, they judge me, especially in my world in boxing, because I am who I am outside of the ring. I'm not the guy who thinks he's tough. I'm not. I'm a small town kid from Kansas that's been fortunate to be where I am. That's who I And at the same time, people don't like that because I guess the stereotype of a boxer is like, oh, he's rugged, he's tough,
Very
he's
confident.
not nice, he's too soft. I don't care about that. Like, people always try to call me vicious outside the ring. I'm like, no, it's just Victor, man. It's Victor. Nice to meet you, bro.
But you can show that side on Dancing with the Stars, and that's kind of nice aspect of the show.
Well, last week, everybody saw vicious. But,
Monday.
Yeah.
That's
So,
okay, though.
another thing, too, it's like, you know, again, you go back to, like, the whole leaving work at work and you know, your world or whatever. My house, I mean, I have nothing of boxing in my house.
Yep.
My belts, they're on my closets.
Wow.
My any boxing magazines. Now today, for example, they gave me a boxing magazine with me making the headlines of it. I took it to Dancing with the Stars rehearsals. I left it on the desk. I'm like, I don't want nothing of that in my presence. Now when I'm fighting, I'll definitely lay out all my belts in front just so I can remember what I'm here for, why I'm fighting. And on an everyday basis for 3 months, I look at these belts, look at my championship rings. I'm just like, okay.
Gives you that motivation that you need.
Yeah, because I don't need that. I don't need it.
Smart psychology.
I just I'm just me. Like, I know how to turn on that animal inside me, but I'm not that person 24/7.
Nice.
I'm a guy who I enjoy surfing. I go road biking. I do triathlons. I do marathons.
I love this.
I'm still
Very zen.
I like
still
this.
All the
finishing my
girls
college
right now go,
degree.
I know.
They're going to be all tweeting
Victor.
about
he's
you.
really soft
Well, you guys-
and squishy on the
We definitely want to move on and talk about some of the other dances
Yeah.
because we're going to be like sitting here and we'll have talked about nothing. And let's keep on going on because we've got Sean and Peta. We're supposed to be here, but they're not. But we want to talk a little bit about their Viennese waltz and everything. Now, you know, if you have any insight on what you saw behind the scenes, we want to hear from you too.
I didn't really see a whole lot.
That's okay.
I always, I'm the guy, like I said earlier, like everybody be rehearsing, I just come in.
Are you the guy that just peeks in after?
I don't peek in, I literally come in like, what's up, guys? So they're just like, I did that quite a bit to Sean, I still do.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, because first day he came into the rehearsals, I just remember I looked up and I was like, oh, Sean, huh? And he goes, I heard of you. I was like, awesome. And he goes, yeah. He goes, K-State, baby. I go, ew. I'm like, rock chalk.
Got your rivalry going on there.
Yeah, we're both Kansas. So.
That's great.
So I'm
Kansas
finishing my major
boys.
at the university right now still. It's a business degree, so.
Good for you.
that's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
We like to hear that.
Rock
It's important,
chalk.
I think, for athletes to get their degrees.
I just
too.
want it. You know, given the circumstances, the lifestyle, I know I could do a lot more, so.
That's great.
Cool.
Right.
Good for you.
But yeah, no.
Learned a lot about you.
I love Sean. Sean's cool. He's a good guy.
That's good. Well, you know, let's
Peta
talk.
is awesome too.
Peta's got amazing abs.
I thought she owned
body in
someone
general.
keep
She's
saying.
like
She does.
ridiculous.
Body.
Oh my god.
She's my inspiration.
She really is. Jake, why don't you give us a rundown on what you thought of their Viennese waltz?
awesome.
I thought for once we saw Sean kind of coming into his own as a dancer. I thought for once he had really good finesse and great lines. Some of the footwork in his solo was like, it was like, it was like his little, it was like a little brother like dancing like ding 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 ding. ding. And that's how I kind of like saw it when he was
Jake,
doing
that's
that.
amazing.
But I do think that he had great content within that dance. I think Peta gave great choreography for that for him.
Yes.
I'm going to agree with you. Everything that you just said. I
Yes,
do.
I liked
actually
her
really agree.
outfit. And
I think
thought
he
she
did
looked
good.
really pretty.
I liked his outfit. It was sick.
Yeah. And he was covered up.
Sick
for
as in
Sean
good.
for the
covered,
Bachelor.
huh?
I know, and he's
Sick
got
as
good
a
abs
good.
too.
Good, sick.
And you know, they did 20. I think I thought it was
Pretty fair.
I thought it was pretty fair. They thought that they were going to wind up being on the bottom, but he's a very popular bachelor. I will say he's probably the most
Right.
popular in the franchise that they've had.
I called that
perhaps.
the bottom though. I said it's gonna be me and Lisa. And then Lindsay's like, "Stop being so negative." I was like, "I butchered our dance. That's an automatic given. We're at the bottom 2 tomorrow." She's like, "That is very negative. Don't say that."
But that's
I was like, okay.
That's how.
And then I betted a whole $1 to my buddy, one of the buddies on the cast. I was like, "I bet you tomorrow I'm gonna be on Jeopardy, bottom 2."
Oh
and he
my
says,
gosh.
"No, you're not." I said, "Yes, I am." "No, you're not." I was like, "Yes, I am." And he goes, "How much you want to make a bet?" I was like, "You ready for the bet?" And I was like, he goes, "Yeah." I go, $1, bro.
Did you collect?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's how Sean and Peter felt.
He said he's gonna make he's gonna make a little frame for me with $1 in it.
I love that.
So
Okay,
funny.
so they had a 20. We thought that was fair.
Good.
That moment with Catherine, and all the celebrities had to solo it, and we know that that's not easy.
It's not easy. I mean, can I just say something about the special moment? So many weddings.
And so many
And
like
wedding
special moments where they
and
run to
wedding.
their loved one.
Run
and
to
it's
the
like,
loved
make out.
one
It's like
and make
weekend
out a
I just wanna
wedding,
destroy
our
mine.
engagement.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I did like yours, because yours was kind of like aggressive. I
I was
liked
super
it.
aggressive. I even
I
got
liked
complained
it.
on for that.
It was good, like a good contrast. It was good contrast.
That's a good contrast.
Thanks.
Okay, someone who talked about their baby, Jacoby and Karina doing the
Yeah,
Foxtrot
bringing the
2012.
baby.
Okay,
Jacoby was awesome.
Come on, Jacoby. I just
He
have to
looked at
say,
his dad.
when he
You see
came
little baby
out,
looking at his dad, and he's like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
He keeps reminding everyone, he looks like me, he's just like me.
Got all my names.
how do you not like Jacoby? He's so charismatic.
Yes.
He had
Jacoby's
his
awesome.
game face on, and he's like, I'm doing my solo. Here we go.
I liked his solo.
I loved it.
I think
love
his
his
solo was awesome.
Yeah.
He was complaining today, actually, because I saw him in rehearsal. He was like, I hated the foxtrot. It's like, this was the hardest dance I've ever done. This thing. I can't do this thing. And I was like, you did good, though.
It really does favor him, though. I think that he just floats along the floor, and I think that is so impressive because he's such a tall person. and I
What
love
looks
that.
so impressive
Yeah.
is when
What's his
he's tall.
wingspan? What's his wingspan?
I have no idea. A lot bigger than mine. I can
It's
tell you that
like my
much.
height, like
My whole
spread
body.
sideways, yeah.
He's one of my favorites on the cast because me and Jacoby messed around with each other so much.
I could
You
see
can
that.
you can pay attention in the cameras and the like the overviews. Like the other day, he was like this paying attention. Like I went on the side, I go, so I blew in his ear, and he goes, man. I go, my bad, I didn't see you there. So a few seconds later, he gets up, and I'm like paying attention to somewhere else, and then he goes like this to my throat. I go, oh come on, man. So like a little bit later, he gets behind me, and then he's like standing up straight up. So I like bent his knee forward, and he almost fell. So it's so
Boys
funny.
are boys.
A lot of backstage
will
pranks.
stay
Oh my
boys.
goodness, he and I. And then the best part about it is like, whenever Brooke has everybody lined up in frnt of us, and then they're talking in the front.
Right.
Jacoby gets this half of the cast. I get this half. We're like picking at their what do you call this?
Achilles?
Yeah, the Achilles.
Achilles.
We're like picking at their Achilles. We're like grabbing their shirts, and we're just like laughing. They're like this, or their hands in the back. We're like putting our fingers in their hands.
I love it. I wanted to know who the jokesters were on the cast.
Yeah.
Now someone's given us the inside
So it's definitely
scoop.
Jacoby and I mess around with everybody. And then we try to get Sean involved, and Sean's like, no.
He is a good kid. He's a good guy. All right.
Being a good
Well,
boy.
Jacoby and Karina got a 24. Great score for
Good
them.
score.
Yeah, for the Foxtrot. Let's move on to Allie and Mark doing their contemporary dance.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was beautiful.
This was the breakthrough performance Allie needed.
That was awesome.
She's getting better and better and better
Yeah.
every week. I
Wow.
think she's.
Well, that was a really good style for her. I mean, it was very athletic. She
She's in the gym working out. That was her song.
Yeah.
Because remember, 2012 was a
I
huge
just remember
year.
because you see whenever Mark, like he goes down and then she's like walking
And he's,
and he's like
holding on to
dragging.
her.
Right.
Oh, that was so dramatic.
So powerful.
So awesome.
I love it.
So powerful. We just want to remind her, 2012.
I voted
If you
for them.
didn't know, she was a gold medal winner.
Oh,
Hello,
that's nice.
two-time
In
and
Olympics.
bronze.
Three
Yeah.
medal
Two
Two
winners.
golds, one
London.
bronze.
She's beast. I actually was a fan of hers before I even met her.
Right.
I support the in the Olympics. I support gymnastics and what else usually?
Well, I
Oh,
love you
swimming.
even more now.
Swimming's
Swimming
amazing.
And the synchronized diving.
Oh, yeah. That
Other
is
than that, I
very
don't mess
hard.
with- the whole boxing is rigged. The whole everything else, it's a bunch of
Yeah.
Even the basketball, I don't really support that because it's a bunch of pros.
Right.
That's not fair.
What about wrestling being dropped really quick?
That's not cool.
No, it's not cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, we're looking at, Allie always being the underdog on the Olympic team, and here she was.
Right.
She's a beast.
She is so
She
strong.
is.
Strong as heck. Mark tried to take her down, and she took Mark down. I was like, oh,
She's a
awesome.
little stick of dynamite, and I like that. And her solo was unbelievable. I
Yeah.
thought.
It was.
And the musicality, because remember she had issues counting things.
Right.
She had that music down,
She
which is
did.
great. The reach down. I loved that so much. And then I thought that the dance almost seemed like improv a little bit. Like there was kind of an unexpected quality to some of the things that happened, and I love that with contemporary. I think that's fascinating.
It's nice when you can make it unexpected. Top score of the night, 27.
I'd say
Very well deserved.
And that was the
Deserved.
encore performance last night too. So just want to mention that.
It was great.
All right, we'll get to one of my favorite stories of this season is Andy and Sharna.
Yeah.
Sobbed, cried.
You cried.
Dude,
She thought it was close
Andy
to
is
her.
Oh my gosh.
awesome.
The
I
Viennese
love
waltz.
Andy.
He's great. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a story about Andy? Because I think we've all fallen in love with him
I
here.
always mess around with Andy too in his trailer. I took his laptop the other day and put it under his bed, and I was like, "What happened? Somebody stole your laptop? What?"
Somebody stole your laptop?
Yeah. So.
Did he freak out?
At first, he's like, "Oh my God, I left it here." I was like, "Just playing with you, bro. It's right there."
He's like, all the stuff on my computer.
No, he's a great person. Like I didn't know. I mean, he obviously shares with the world about his abuse of alcohol or whatever, but I didn't know that. And the person that I got to know is just Andy. It's just him. So I'm just like, dude, bro, you're so nice, man.
Yeah.
And like he and I, we hang out all the time. We're literally, my trailer's on this side, and our trailer's connected with each other. So it's like a divider. So I'm always in his trailer, he's in mine. He's a great guy. Like
That's cool.
every time we go out for dinner, like Paris, I think he's his assistant maybe, but he's one of my friends too now. So we all just hang out with each other and we just have good laughs, good times.
It's great.
I mean, you know, I was really shocked in the beginning of the season. I did not expect anything from him.
Right.
And he has turned into one of my favorites.
Yeah.
In terms of story and everything.
I saw him like a good dancer right off the bat. Like right off the bat, he looked a little like tight and stuff, but I was like, he's gonna be good
Yep.
because his limbs are just so fragile and
That
loose.
fluidity
He's
to
a performer.
Yeah.
He's definitely a performer. I think, well, I mean, it was kind of not in a bad way when I'm going to say that, don't take me wrong, but it was kind of nice to see Carrie cry. I mean, which was not nice of me to say.
Although I want to say that it was a father-daughter dance and her dad just died. So.
But I totally understood why. Exactly, because it was a father-dad, and I think it reminded her of her dad, who just passed away and she's really close with. And I mean, I totally was like, oh my gosh, how is she gonna collect herself? Because I totally felt for her. But she was right about saying that he, with only a few words, wrote this beautiful poem, because the routine was quite simple. It was very sort of slow but so gentle and so to the point that I was like, you go, Andy. He's getting better though. Like
Sharna's doing a good
little.
job
Yeah,
with
she is.
what he's capable of and sort of showcasing that. I think that's been one of their strengths as a couple.
Yep.
She's done a great job
She's awesome.
choreographing.
I think his solo was my favorite. I think
Yes.
there was,
Yeah.
Yeah,
did
that was
good.
awesome.
there was
He kept
such
the hold.
Yes, there was a
loved
I
that.
feel like the purpose behind that solo just drove him to hit a home run. I mean, I was so happy because, like I've said before on this show, this is his comeback. Like, this is what he's always wanted and always wanted to be, and I think that's emotional. And here I'm like, getting emotional
2013 is
about
his
it,
year.
but-
I know.
Yeah, it's like really cool.
Yeah, he said he's fine leaving the show now at this point if he had to because
Yeah.
of that dance for his daughter.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was really
Unbelievable.
nice.
Getting emotional.
21, which was their best score yet.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Very fair.
I'm glad to see that. And they were in the bottom three.
Well, the bottom three is
the
not really the
bottom
bottom
three.
three.
Remember, I said Tony told me that last year.
Yeah,
Bottom
we talk
three
about this. And
it's just drama, because really the bottom two is the bottom two, but the third person
been there
they just
twice.
throw it.
yeah.
Come
You're a
on.
survivor.
You survived.
But when they do that bottom
I've
three,
been
is it
lucky both
arbitrary?
times.
I mean, would they
Creates
Here.
drama.
But would they go and take someone that's been at the top of the leaderboard, like Zendaya or
Yeah,
Ally
they
or something?
could.
Would they just throw them in there?
Well,
just to throw
wait
them in
till
there?
there's only 5 couples left, then they'll
They're going to
do it.
have to.
Of
But what if they did it
Oh,
now?
yeah.
Wouldn't that create a little bit more drama if they're just
They might.
randomly
Well,
placing
all
a
I know
third?
is
They
that
couple?
might just listen to you.
If that's the case, then you stop with me then.
Yeah.
Torturing me.
I know. What does that feel
First
like?
day, I felt like I was in a faint. I looked at Lisa. She was next to me. I grabbed her hand. I was like, I want to throw up. She goes, oh, and then Gleb was like, oh, this is not good. so and then Lisa goes, oh, I have to play mom for both of you. And then I looked at Lindsay. I go, I really think I'm gonna throw up. She goes,
Wow.
what's wrong? She goes, just breathe. And I was like, like, I'm having trouble right now. That doesn't even happen in boxing. In boxing, it's like, we're gonna fight right now. All right,
Yeah.
we're ready.
There's nothing you can do. The
There's
decision's
nothing
been
you
made.
can do. The decision's made. You can't fight. You can't do anything. You just stand up there and take it for what it's worth. You look you are looked at, you are told what just happened, and then
You see it on everyone's face, even the pros. I think that's what's
the worst
amazing.
part about it is this, Victor, just smile. I'm like, when I'm the bottom two, you want me to smile? I'm like, how hard is that? Right?
Like, I don't want
like
to
this.
smile.
To smile. No, just be yourself. You
I've
be
always
your
been
fabulous
myself.
self. Absolutely. Just be your
Yeah.
fabulous self.
Thank you.
All right. Well, before we move into the second half of the dances, we just want to remind everyone, if you are listening on iTunes, we sure appreciate all of your comments and rating us.
Yeah.
But if you haven't listened to the podcast, you can always go to iTunes and download the podcast, take it with you on the road and listen to it, and tell a friend, because it only takes a minute to rate us. Just click that little 5-star, 4-star, whatever you think. We I did read the comments this week, so I will respond to all of them.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Busy lady.
I know there's so many comments to respond to between Twitter and YouTube and iTunes. It is hard. And then, everyone's been sending me comments and questions on the vlog. So, whew. Okay, let's move on to the second half of the dances. And we do get into Zendaya and Val doing the samba. We're 2009 when, gosh, Zendaya was only, 12? Was when she broke through in Hollywood and her career started.
Right.
What do you do when you're 16 and super famous? She's adorable.
She is very sweet.
This girl's going to be
awesome.
a star.
She's,
Star.
I picked her and Val already to take the whole thing. I'm not trying to, talk any, I'm not trying to make my partner feel any lesser or anything, but I don't think I could deliver like Zendaya. Zendaya is awesome.
Baby
Jacoby,
Beyonce.
Baby
Jacoby and I, we
Beyonce.
call her Baby B.
Baby B?
Yeah, me and Jacoby, we call her, who's that Baby B?
She's so cute.
She's awesome.
And she can't rehearse as many hours as the adults.
She's awesome, though.
She's so good.
She's like such a natural. She looks like one of the pros.
She is.
Yeah.
She's great.
She has so much attack, and she
routine.
hits those lines and everything, but there's so much control in
Her
it. And her
solo
face.
was legit.
What was that?
Yeah. There's like a little bit of Michael Jackson in there, a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
at the beginning, that was awesome.
It was beautiful.
Definitely.
The best part about it is I actually invited one of my best friends, who's Austin Brown, and his mama.
Oh.
This is Reba, which is Michael Jackson's sister.
Wow.
And Janet and Michael's nephew. So they were there, and they got to see Zendaya, and she pulled up the Michael Jackson thing. I was like, that's awesome.
This is the best week for them to be here.
That's great.
I don't think Zendaya even knew that. I'm going to tell her.
Oh, yeah, you should.
She would love that.
Yeah.
I wrote down that I'm so glad she is a role model for the kids that are watching her,
Right.
because I think she's going to inspire them not only to be really great people, but also go into dance later in their lives, and some people that wouldn't even think of that. And I'm glad that she's on this show. And if I had kids, I would be so glad if they were watching her and wanting to follow what she's doing.
She's a great role model, because she's like this normal kid who is working very hard and but delivers and just is so genuine and honest. So that's why you look at her like, she's gonna be huge.
We are looking
a
at
couple years, she's gonna blow up.
Yep, I think so. I mean, she's on Disney Channel and she's huge there, but it's going to go way bigger than what we're
massive.
seeing right now. I just also want to give a little credit to Val. He's had two really different partners over the last 2 seasons. Kelly Monaco and with Zendaya, different levels of talent in terms of dance, but they both are showcased so well.
Right.
And I think that's really a credit to his teaching and choreography. So
And I think they also showcase him really well, too, because his movement capability is amazing. And with these partners, especially Zendaya, he's really allowed to show what he's capable of, too, and I like that.
Great point.
Yeah.
He's an awesome dancer. He's one of my
Incredible.
favorites.
They got a
Yep, me
26
Very
on that.
fair.
I thought that was fair. Len gave them an 8. The other two gave him a 9, and I was a little bit like, "Come on, Len."
Me too.
Len is a hard cookie.
I know he is, and he's funny. He fluctuates. Sometimes he'll give a little bit higher than Carrie Ann and Bruno, and then he's down a couple points.
just
sometimes
wants to be different.
He does. He dares to be different. This couple I really want to talk about because someone said to me, "You are underrating Ingo." So it's Ingo and Kim with the Viennese Waltz, and I kind of feel like exactly what they are is exactly how they're dancing. You know what I mean? I don't feel like he's not at the top of the leaderboard and he's not at the bottom.
Right.
He's right there in the middle, and he hasn't had a breakthrough yet.
He hasn't had a breakthrough, but I do have to say that what is really what I respect him for is the consistency.
Good point.
He delivers a very consistent performance week after week, and Kim is doing just a great job with the concepts and the choreography, and they always look great. She always picks wonderful gowns for her to wear. Another wedding story.
Which Anna was not a fan of.
No. I don't
too many?
Too many. We engaged. She's a love
I
of
should
my
have just finished with my
life.
boxing gloves on
I love that.
and the wedding.
Yeah. And then, but then,
Next week.
But then Lisa had a wedding too, right? So like it was like 4 wedding engagements.
There's
sort
a
of,
lot.
or 5 or something like that. But as a dance, beautiful. Beautiful choreography, very consistent, looked great. They look fantastic together, just visually. So you kind of, they're both so nice and just laid back that you sometimes forget that they're there. But then when they come out, you're like, oh my gosh, this is actually really good.
And he looks like is he really tall? He looks really
pretty
tall to
tall.
me.
I'll tell you this, I'm the shortest guy on the cast, I think.
So everyone
He's
looks
like
tall.
6'2" or 6'3".
No, I'm not. He's about 6'1"-ish.
6'1".
He's over
He
6
just
though.
comes across very tall on
Yeah,
TV.
and he's got long arms and legs, it looks like, so.
I thought
Well,
that
his little kids are awesome, man.
They're cute.
His name's Peanut.
Peanut is real life? His name is Peanut?
Yeah, it's his actual name.
His birth certificate says Peanut.
Yep.
That's so cute.
Peanut. He's a big fan of mine.
Peanut.
I give him some boxing gloves, and he takes those boxing gloves with him to rehearsals every day, and he punches everyone.
I love that.
He sees me and he goes like this. He goes, every time. I look at him, I'm like, no. So, but the other day after we performed, I went to mixology to get some food, right? And he came up to me running with all his little cousins. I'm like, what's up, buddy? So I picked him up, gave him a little kiss on his head, and I put him back down, and he goes, come here. Like he's trying to put his dukes up. I go, okay. So I got on my knee, and then I let him like kind of hit me, and he hit me, but I go, why'd you hit me for? I was kidding. I go, what'd you hit me for? So I went like this, and then I got on my knee, and he goes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I go, that really hurt. And then I looked at him, and he has tears in his eyes, and I go, I'm just kidding.
Poor thing.
I was just
Kids
kidding.
take this stuff seriously, though.
You gotta watch out.
They take this stuff
Yeah.
seriously.
They do.
I learned.
Ingo and Kim, 23.
Good score.
Good score.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very
It's a
consistent.
great point that you made. I mean, I
Exactly.
agree.
Yeah, I
completely.
think it was-
He is consistent.
Consistency, and you know what, that is important in this entire series. It really is. DL and Cheryl were up next with the Foxtrot. I love that 8th grade was his best year, which I was trying to calculate because they didn't give us the year. I'm like, is that early 80s? I'm not really sure, kind of guessing where it was.
That was an interesting choice.
Yeah,
but I guess
right.
it's, hey, again, it wasn't about weddings. It's cool.
It wasn't. And I liked that his
Don't talk
solo
weddings.
was just all DL. It was just,
I liked his solo.
I loved it.
I actually thought, I don't know what people at home might think or what you guys might think. I actually thought this was his best dance.
I did too.
Yeah, he's progressing.
I thought it was, first of all, his best dance, and I actually do like him when he's classy.
Me too.
When he dressed classy, when he dressed with the suit, and he is a handsome man, and then he has this charm, and he's acting through the whole dance, and then once he started crawling on his knees, I'm like, okay, that one I don't get.
That I screamed at the TV. What are you doing?
I'm like,
I like this part. I like the part where he goes like this. Too.
that's what happens to me.
But it
I
was all
like,
DL.
oh yeah.
I mean, he's got to be a jokester behind the scenes too. I
mean,
imagine.
Actually, no. Surprisingly, he's not. He's not like
low-key?
Jacoby and myself. Me and
Comedians
Jacoby
tend to
are
not
like
be.
we're out there.
Yeah. See, again,
Yeah,
he's
so.
comedian. He doesn't necessarily do comedy for fun. That's his job.
I've found a lot of comedians are like that.
Very serious
Yeah.
people.
Even I think that he let go so much that sometimes the things in frame, some of his footwork, it actually worked, and I was
Yes.
like, all right, there he is. Like I'm glad
Yes.
that he had this moment because he needed that fun, and I like
Yeah.
that.
And he's been beat up a little bit on the judges panel over the last
Oh,
few weeks.
absolutely.
So for him to get the 21 this week,
I think that's
Thumbs up.
great.
Yeah.
Great. For
glad to
him.
see it. And I probably for Cheryl too. She's like, whew.
Something. She's like, they gave me something. Thank you.
Yeah, moving on to Kelly and Derek doing the rumba. 2011, it's a wedding one.
I know.
But she had her husband sing.
That was awesome. Right?
That was
that's
very
hands
nice.
down. That was awesome.
That was
I
that
mean,
was
was
good.
really
I
That was good.
got that, and I like the lighting of the sun shining on them. It was
Like it
created-
was their wedding.
Right, it created this really intimate. And then did you see guys in the beginning when they were walking to each other on the projector screen? They were actually showing the pictures from their wedding.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I thought that was such a good touch. Like
I don't think this was Kelly's best week though, and I thought that Carrie Ann said maybe you were a little bit nervous, and I thought maybe that
I would say so. I mean, it's weird. Like this, the love of your life. That's what you say. And I'm sure he is.
She loves. She's there.
She
Yes.
loves
Just
him.
think of me whenever you're saying that. The love of your life. Go,
Oh, are we starting a romance?
The love of my
here?
life.
Yeah, I'm single, so it's all
The
good.
love of my life.
There you go. Do it again.
Ding
Romance on
Ding
AFTERBUZZ
dong.
TV.
Ding dong.
Pow.
No, but it would probably feel. I mean, it would feel weird to me, like if my husband, who I'm madly in love with, is singing for me, which is actually quite intimate. I mean, have anybody ever sang for you, like?
And for your wedding song, and it was written for you, and everyone's hearing it.
It's so intimate and so private, and here she's supposed to be like sexy with this other dude who's cute too, you know. So it's like, I mean, he's not the ugliest face to look at.
No, Derek's
Put it that
adorable.
way.
Okay,
He's our little Leo DiCaprio.
Yes,
I
he
love
does
it.
look like
Well, we do have a caller, so we want to say hi. Who is calling tonight here on AfterBuzz? Hello.
Hi.
Anyone?
Am I?
Yes,
Hello.
you're here. We're waiting for you. Who is this?
My name is Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Patty mayonnaise.
Do you have a question for Victor
Oh my
or have a
goodness,
comment?
I can't believe yes, I actually do. Well, I actually have a comment. I love the show and I've watched it for many, many years. So I'm a big fan. My comment was that I'm very excited for the new pros this season. I just feel that it's a great welcome. I just feel like some of the pros are getting a little tired of the show, and us as avid viewers, I kind of feel that some of the pros just don't seem to have the excitement or the passion for the show anymore. And it's
Well, Patty, I do.
We have Anna right here. She loves the show.
I still do, Patty. I think it's the best show on earth.
And Patty, who's your favorite new pro this season?
You're great, and no offense, no disrespect, but I'm just enjoying the new choreography, the new energy and passion that the new pros bring.
That's a valid
That's always
point.
important.
That's awesome.
And Patty, do you have
Yeah,
a favorite new pro this season?
Excuse me?
Do you have a favorite new pro this season?
I really like Sharna's choreography. I think
Yes.
it's fresh. I think it's just wonderful. I like the way that she's working with Andy. I thought it was going to be a train wreck from the beginning, but I've really grown to really love him. I didn't know much about him prior. Gleb, obviously, I mean,
He's just handsome.
yes.
That never wears a
I'd
shirt.
like to see him with maybe someone a little bit younger, or maybe someone with a little, like someone maybe like Zendaya or even Lee. Yeah, so, and even Lindsay, I think she's young, but I think she brings a freshness to the show. And I think it's great to kind of, I'm not saying get rid of the other pros, but just kind of, you know, bring some new faces in from time to time too.
Here we go.
I mean, some of us fans that have watched for years, I just feel that seeing a lot of the same steps and a lot of the same choreography.
Yeah, and it's
from
always
the
good to bring in someone new, for sure. Well, Patty, thank you so much for your input. We love to hear, you know, different point of view and everything.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for calling. Sorry. You're like, I want the show too.
That's okay. You know what? It's fine. It's true though. I mean, you have to reinvent yourself, and I think bringing new pros is definitely bringing the fresh blood. And then it makes it because people who just like came on the show, they still like trying to prove themselves a little bit, and they really challenge themselves, which I think everybody should do that. And I like to challenge myself just because I think it's fun, because I'm crazy like that. But it's good, but it also challenges the pros that's been around for a little bit. It's like good. It's like having a new kid in school that is actually like a good, gifted kid, and then everybody like, oh, who's this kid? Like, we have to go up to his level too. So I think it
adds a little jolt to the cast, which I think is good. 26 for Kelly and Derek. I don't know if I mentioned that, but you know,
very good. It was still a very solid, beautiful performance.
It was,
Yeah.
but I was glad that the judges said what they said, because I was left kind of feeling a little bit.
Yeah, she wasn't her
a little
best.
stiff. She was a little
Staccato was a
stiff.
great description of that.
I felt a little like that with my dance.
You felt staccato?
And then we're very staccato.
Staccato.
But it's good to be staccato for passo doble, because that's the point.
The good thing about this is at least I can joke about my mess ups.
Yeah.
No, you did
Everybody's like, how'd you do? Dude, I battered my dance. It's all good.
All right, let's move on to the
Butchered it.
final dance of the night. Lisa and Gleb. We were just talking about
Yeah.
Gleb. They did the cha-cha. Lisa, of course.
Hats off to Lisa.
Hats off.
100%.
She's amazing. I
She
love
was
that
sick
lady.
all week. She was sick in the bathroom before she was going on. And
Couldn't even
my
do
gosh.
rehearsal.
let's just say, when I have the flu, I don't look like that. She looked amazing in that
Yeah.
outfit,
Yeah.
her hair, her makeup. She got up, she
Awesome.
smiled through the whole
She
thing.
looked great.
Oh, she's awesome. Actually, I was in her trailer right before she actually performed. This
Was she
like
puking before she went on?
She was poor sweetheart. She was just laying there on a pillow.
Oh, no.
And then Jiggy, as hyper as Jiggy is, as it might be, as hard as it may be to believe, Jiggy was just laying there breathing.
So sweet.
I'm just kidding, but regardless, I was just like, "How you doing, sweetheart?" So I gave her a kiss on the forehead, and she goes, "Don't kiss me, Victor. You're gonna get sick." And I go, "I'm made of steel. I'm good."
Aww.
So I just said, "It's all right, sweetheart. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be on bottom 2 tonight. So, but regardless, let's just go out and rock the house." She's like, "I don't think I should dance." And I said, "Follow your heart."
Yeah,
So
That's true.
She went out there and did it, and I think
she
that's great.
followed her heart,
did.
and she delivered.
She did deliver.
I feel like if she would have had the rehearsal time, the proper rehearsal time, this dance would have been her best dance. Because
would
at the
have been,
beginning,
yes.
if you notice
She
her
looked
footwork
good.
and her lines, she looked unbelievable.
Good. And
She
then
was.
it's just
Yes.
like, it was just like the very first section. I was like, oh my gosh, this is her best dance. She looks fantastic. That little outfit on her
Yes.
looked great.
Body.
She's hot.
Yeah, she was
Body.
rocking
Great.
that.
And
She's a
then
rockin'
and then it just
50-something.
started to kind of, I think she got, like, she messed up a little bit, and then that's when she freaked out, and then she started messing up more. Because we did talk about it every single week, that she just needs to bring her confidence, and it's like, you mess up one time, it's okay. Like, I always say to my guys, don't live in the past.
Keep moving
Don't
forward.
keep moving forward. The next thing, next thing, next thing. Because when you're dancing, if you go, oh, I just messed up, now you took your focus and your mind off of what you need to be doing right now, and then the next thing after. So, like, you mess up, forget it.
That's
move
a
on,
life
move
lesson,
on,
by the
move
way.
on, move
Don't
on.
focus on the past.
I keep
focus
thinking
on-
of Lindsay yelling at me, "Take your gloves off!" And I'm like, "I'm living in the past. Oh my god!"
Do you know that's going to be what you remember the most about this
Oh,
show?
trust me, I was like, okay, so picture me, I'm on the stage, right? And I'm like looking at the thing like, yeah, I look so cool. And then, ding, ding, I was like, oh, boom. I'm like, oh my goodness. I started messing up already. So then I'm looking at her. She's like, take your gloves off. I just see like little veins and then her tonsils, and I'm just like, oh, geez, it looks scary. I'm trying to just deliver, but I'm just trying to hurry up now.
The rule is don't watch your package.
That's so funny.
All right, 18. 18 was the score for Lisa and Gleb, and they did go home this week, which I do think was right. It was the right
Of
person
course,
to
I'm
go.
gonna hate to see her go, but
I know,
Yeah.
but
you can just turn on Bravo and watch it all day long. So.
I know she's on
Right.
Beverly Hills and Vanderpump
She
Rules.
was
and
definitely one of my favorites on the cast, believe it or not.
she's sweet.
I was always in her
was
room
very
when she'd be in
interesting.
mine, and Ken, her husband, and Jiggy. I always hung out with Ken. I was always like, "What's up, Ken? What, you want to fight today or what?" So then Ken's like,
Ken and his hip
I'll
replacement.
knock you out right now." I'll be like, "I dare you."
Jiggy is the dog.
So yeah,
Jiggy's the little tuxedo
his name's
dog.
Gigolo. It's so funny. It's really
So
his name.
Gigolo.
His name's Gigolo. He's a little player.
Fun.
Famous doggy.
Except, I always kept messing around with Lisa and Ken. I'm like, you guys need to get that dog under control. He's a very hyper dog.
So I was like, hey.
He just sits there, and the only thing he does is breathe.
Yep.
He's the easiest life.
And he dresses really nice. That's it.
He's got a wardrobe better than
That's
any of us
dressed dog.
I
combined.
think so.
Well,
He's
I do
awesome.
want to mention a couple things about Tuesday's show, because for me, I felt like it was one of the best Tuesday result shows in terms
Good.
of, I thought just the performances and everything that we saw was just really spectacular. So a couple things I just want to mention. And
Visually, it was very pretty.
it was so pretty. And let's first talk about Brylan Rakes, who was the dancer who
I mean,
can only see for, I think they said about 5 feet in
Dude,
front
she
of her.
was amazing.
How great was that?
Oh my goodness, that was
Gorgeous.
wow.
Gorgeous.
I
So inspired.
Man, I actually went up to Derek today at rehearsals. I was like, Derek, bro,
Beautiful.
that was beautiful,
yeah,
bro.
really
Right.
I was like, hats off to you and her, man. She is amazing.
She really is, and I hope that this propels her career. I don't know what her plans are beyond. You know, she's still in high school and everything else. I don't know what her plans are beyond. She's a really incredible dancer.
But it's
she's
just
gonna
so
go far one day.
inspiring too. I mean, it's inspiring to see people like we had Marley Matlin on the show, who was deaf, and this girl who, you know, it's the stories where you go, you know what, this person is going and doing what she loves. So I have no excuse.
The American public is lucky that we have all seen her, because she is. I feel like she's truly going to be something huge.
She's gifted.
She was awesome.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
That was probably the favorite.
It was a beautiful number. She and Derek were very well matched together as partners, which was nice too.
Did you see the arm movements?
I know.
Wow.
Her legs and
that
feet.
you know, because she doesn't see. It's not like she looks at herself in the mirror.
No.
You know, it's just by feel. She just feels it, and that's just
remarkable.
That's remarkable.
I was like, man, I can't even move a tenth like that. I could butcher any dance any day, but she makes them look beautiful.
She does. She does. We do also want to point out quizás.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just talk about this. We've got Andrea Bocelli, J-Lo, Anna, and Val.
Yeah.
Wow.
Andrea Bocelli and J-Lo, and then Anna and Val.
Okay.
No, this was great.
We all know, obviously, I think Val is an incredible dancer, but
He
Anna,
is.
I couldn't take my eyes off of you.
Thank you, guys.
So, it was stunning.
Coming
And
from
you're
a
in
dancer.
And it just, that my eye, yes. I was watching your eyes, and I had to rewind it a few times, actually, because it was so amazing. But I couldn't take my eyes off you, and it reminded me, and I know you're a fabulous, incredible dancer, but I was like, damn, girl. It was fierce.
I say that every time I see Val, and I'm not even meaning that in a
No, it's
weird
true.
way. I'm just like,
You go like,
That's why
damn,
girl.
Right,
bro.
That's why the two of them together, I was like,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like
Thank you.
Val's such a good dancer that he can make any dancer who's good look bam,
That is
and
true.
vice versa.
That is true.
You know?
I have to say that it's so much fun dancing with Val, and we
He's my favorite.
kind of came up. Well, good. You have a good eye. We came up with the routine, and I just enjoy dancing with him, and it's like another level.
you can tell. I mean,
Another level. I mean, I don't have to. It's the weirdest experience where I just don't even have to think. Like, I just see it and feel it, and his sense of rhythm and his sense of movement. It's just like I pick up that same wave, and I'm just like with him.
What's interesting about him is he's one that you would not mess with, that you don't want to mess with. Outside of dance, like the times I hang out with him and his brother and everybody, they're not people we want to mess with. He's just like, they're tough. They could fight too, which is really surprising. He's like, what do you think? Us fight? We can't fight. We can dance, but we can't fight, huh? I'm like, no, dude, trust me, bro. Even Tony's probably the craziest one, man. He will knock somebody out.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see the boys fight, but I did see Val playing basketball, and he's pretty good.
No, I'm telling you, they're rough.
They got some competition going.
Another dance that I really loved was Sharna's choreography for Who Run the World Girls. Oh my God, that was amazing.
That was good.
Unbelievable.
It's always good to see a lot of girls do it right.
Well, we're going to keep us moving along. I know we could sit there and probably talk about the Tuesday results show for another hour. There's another show coming in here after us, American Idol, so we don't want to take up any of their time. But I do want to say next week, Len's side-by-side challenge. So you will be on the show next week. Can you give us a little quick sneak peek?
I will be on the show next week on Monday for 3 numbers. And
fantastic.
So the pros are dancing next to the contestants.
We dance for 30 seconds of our own choreography of the dance, whatever it's the jive, the fox, or whatever it is, and then we dance 15 seconds side by side next to celebrity and their partner.
Oh yeah.
And then
I was like,
you do that. There.
Don't mind him. He's ready for bed.
what does this mean?
What is she talking about?
What does this mean right now?
It's so the whole routine is like about 2 minutes, but then we get like 45 seconds, and then the celebrities get about a minute.
Who are you with?
5. I'm dancing. My professional partner is Max for 2 numbers.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
We're
he's beast
dancing
too.
with Val and Zendaya and
the brothers.
Jacoby and Karina. And then for last or third number, I'm dancing with Henry, whom I absolutely adore. And we're dancing with Derek and Kelly.
Fantastic.
So I am really excited.
You're all over the place.
I am all over the place, but I'm like with you know,
Great people.
with, you know.
And we will have a lot.
All right, you can say it.
Yep, we're gonna
I
have
know
a.
you love me, but it's like a love-hate relationship
Yes,
right now.
it is.
All right, you guys,
Nah,
we're gonna have.
I got Emma
oh, you
and
Emma
great.
Slater and
Tristan.
yeah, she's awesome. I love her accent too.
Tristan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tristan as well.
Nice. I love
Victor,
that.
what's up, girl?
Hi, Victor.
That is my name.
All right, you guys, we're gonna have to wrap up.
time.
We're gonna have a lot to talk about next week.
I
Then
know,
with you and
right?
3 dances, we're gonna
Definitely.
need a 4-hour show probably.
I'm gonna have all the inside scoop, you guys.
We're going to give our fan shout out of the week to Andy, who is always watching us from the UK. He watches live. He's great.
He's
isn't he?
amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
We love you, Andy.
Go,
What's up,
Andy.
Andy?
And I'm just going to throw this out, a little challenge if you guys want to sit there and discuss it on YouTube. But talent or journey? What is Dancing with the Stars all about? Becca Martin from Wet Paint actually wrote the article. But is it more? Did you get farther with talent, or do you get farther if you have a really good story and a journey?
Right.
Who knows? I want to hear what you guys think. We will be back, of course, next week. So let's find out where you can find everyone. Anna.
You can find me on Twitter at Trebunskaya, also Facebook or on my website.
You can find me on Twitter at Jake_Dupree and on Instagram at Jake Dupree.
Our amazing Victor, thank you for joining us. Where can we find you?
Twitter at
Vicious Ortiz.
Yeah, Vicious Ortiz. Instagram, it's the Ortiz.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm at Suri Serano, of course, on Twitter, and I have Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, everything.
And I'm Kristyn Burtt. You can find me at Kristyn Burtt on Twitter. I sure appreciate all your comments. And a big thank you to Victor Ortiz for being here. We love
Thank you so much for being
See y'all
here.
next week.
Awesome.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.